Hello, hi, what's up? Good day. I'm actually really confused with this greeting thing, but then just know I am greeting you from the bottom of my heart and with a lot of smiles. Bienvenue to the third episode of my podcast series, History's Most Influential Humans with Damila Imapa. Bienvenue is actually French for welcome, by the way, and I guess I'm using this because today's most influential human is a Norman from northern France. So first of all, who are Normans? Normans were Vikings that settled in northern France within the 10th century, although they were trying to take over France, which was unsuccessful. Seeing how strong they were, the French king later gave them a land in northern France, which they later named Normandy. In return, they were to protect the northern shores of France from any invasion, mainly from other Vikings. The story is actually longer than this, but then that is not our bone of contention for today. We are concerned about a particular Norman who, despite all life-threatening odds, was able to conquer a country neighboring France, where it was as if his forefathers rented an apartment on. What effrontery! He was named William the Conqueror, but before that, he was actually named William the Bastard because his father, Robert I, Duke of Normandy at the time, impregnated his mother, Eleva, out of wedlock. Thus, the name William the Bastard. William turned out to become a really bad guy when he finally amassed power in his lifetime. But a bit of his story preaches the already known fact that you can be a great success in life despite all odds stacked against you, as long as it's your destiny and you work really hard for it. There's a whole lot of backstory behind William the Conqueror, but I'll just take you through the main details you need to know and then recommend a very interesting medieval movie that will enlighten you more on his story at the end of this episode. William's father, Robert I of Normandy, died on July 1035 when Williams was either 7 or 8 years old, while he was coming back from a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. And since Williams was the only child he had, William had to be sworn in as the new Duke of Normandy. He faced numerous challenges becoming the new Duke, including the fact that he was an illegitimate child. But due to the support of his great uncle, Archbishop Robert, who later died in 1037, and King Henry I, the then King of France, who later turned on him for some reasons, he was made the new Duke and started a new struggle for both survival from assassination and ruling Normandy until he was older and got a strong hold on his territory. Different men took custody of the young Duke, and about 4 of them died, some assassinated. This survival factor must have been what made him a really tough king later on. In 1046, William's opponents came together in a rebellion in an attempt to seize him, but he escaped in the middle of the night to meet King Henry. In early 1047, Henry and Williams returned to fight the Battle of Valles-Dunes and successfully regained Williams to power. He continued his struggle to retain his stance as a strong ruler after continuous warfare until 1060. I'll not bore you with the details, although this was the period where King Henry fought with Williams because Williams was gaining too much power and the king still wanted Normandy under his control. But these fights and invasions ended after King Henry and another enemy of Williams called Count Geoffrey died in 1060. 6 years later, the then King of England, King Edward, whose mother was a Norman princess and was also William's cousin, became sick and unfortunately had no heir. Years before this, King Edward had promised Williams that when he died, he could have the throne. So Williams was happy he was soon going to be the King of England. But unfortunately, he had 2 other obstacles. Harold Godwinson, an advisor to the king, and Harald Hardrada, the then King of Norway, who both have very interesting background story as to why they believed they deserved the crown. On January 1066, King Edward died and Harold was sworn in as the new King of England, the same day King Edward was buried. News of this got to William, who got furious and prepared for war against Harold, who had sworn to William that he could be king 2 years before that time due to some reasons. And at this same time, Harald Hardrada was traveling to England by sea, also to invade England and take the throne. Unfortunately, the wind didn't allow William's army to cross the sea to England as it was blowing the opposite direction, so he had to wait. But Hardrada was luckier as the wind was blowing on his favor. So his army landed on the northern shore of England but was later defeated by English army and Hardrada was killed. Williams waited for more than 3 months until the wind changed direction. The English army were still in northern England when William and his army reached southern England and settled in Hastings in September 1066. The English army had to travel back to Hastings just days after the battle with Hardrada, and on October 14, 1066, the Battle of Hastings commenced. During the very tough battle, Harold was killed, and Williams finally won the battle, earning him the title Williams the Conqueror and the first Norman King of England. 2 months later, on Christmas 1066, Williams was forcefully crowned King of England. He went on to force the English, who were called the Anglo-Saxons, into accepting him as their new king. Till today, he's said to be booed anywhere his name is mentioned in England's history because of some horrible things he was said to have done to the English while he was king. But there is no doubt that he was a great man, and his conquest of England would totally change the history and culture of England forever. Williams died on September 9, 1087, and was buried in a church in Sian, Normandy, and was succeeded by his sons. That's it on the third episode of History's Most Influential Humans. Oh, and before I forget, the film I told you about in the beginning of this episode is named William the Conqueror. Obvious, right? So you can go and check it online and learn more about the story of Williams, if you are interested, that is. So I hope you learned something from today's episode. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on my social media handles, like, comment, share, and I hope to see you on my next episode. Thank you.